Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone on the World Wide Web.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Winky Wright and KTFO Boxing is proud to present Go Talk.
No, my man Winky.
The greatest of all time.
Knock you the fuck out. Okay.
So without further ado,
okay.
let the goats talk.
Welcome, KTFO Boxing, where of course you got
knocked the fuck out.
That is Winky Wright, and man, how are you doing? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Enjoying life, having fun.
I see you. I saw you. I was at the crib, and I didn't get a chance to go to Vegas to the Thurman fight, but I saw my dog on that.
Yeah, my man got back and he did his thing. You know what I mean? That was a long layoff, but he looked good. Like I said, after a long layoff like that, your timing gonna be a little bit off, and that's all it needs, that little tenth of a second for your punches not to flow the way they usually flow. But I think he did good. He fought a tough little fighter.
Yeah. But other than that, hey man, good to see you. And we got to real quickly take this time right now to say thank you to all our subscribers and all the views that we've gotten.
Thank you.
So make sure, just to keep up with, we're not going to hit you with a lot of information. We just want you to know when we drop something. So, if you could just click that subscribe button right there. And we always appreciate your likes. And we got some special stuff to talk to you all about. But right now, today's guest is going to be my dog, the undisputed, unified, former welterweight champion of the world.
Junior middleweight.
Man, it's so hard because
I know.
Everybody
see, it's hard because they can call it a super welterweight or they can call it junior middleweight. So that's confusing you right there. So you're like, which way I go, but it's all good.
Yeah. Always a step ahead. So I wanted to interview you and talk about a lot of things. If the viewers don't mind, because we kind of just jumped right out the gate, and a big shout out and thank you to all of our guests so far. Big ups to, of course, Keith Thurman, Derek Brooks, Fred McGriff, Gary Sheffield, Antonio Tarver. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all.
Definitely.
So, but let's I want to interview you. But it's so hard when, I can't interview my boy, for real.
Yeah, you got to just talk to me like I'm your boy. Talk about what the people want to hear. Ask the questions that people want to know.
All right. Okay, so we'll be basic. Okay, we'll be basic first. And then this is just so for the kids that don't know. Why are you called Winky Wright? When you were born, were you winking at nurses or something? And you, tell everybody how you got the name Winky.
When when I was little, my uncle, his name was Weenie, so he was 2 months older than me. And then when I was born, I guess my grandma did say I winked a lot. So, she just named Weenie and Winky. And, we was just like a pair. Everywhere he at, I'm at. So, what I'm saying? It went together. And that was it. Grandma named me Winky, and it stuck, man. I'm talking about all through elementary, middle school, my first year of high school in D.C., everybody called me Winky. It was like nobody called me by my first name, and it was crazy. And then when I moved down here in Florida, and they started calling me that, I'm looking at them like they crazy, like, my name Winky, you know what I'm saying? And then in the boxing ring, then when they would say Ronald Winky, I was like, man, look, just say Winky, man.
Show them right now. Show them how you do it, though. That's the thing.
What?
Do it. Come on, dog. Don't
do
play
what?
like that. Come on, dog. Don't do that, man. Do it. Wink.
Do what?
Wink. Wink. Wink your eye.
Nah, I need something to wink. You can't just wink your eye. Just winking at it.
Do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, you're terrible. He don't do it like that. He does it real slick, clever like that.
Nah, don't pay him, man. That's Bo Mills.
Man, come on. All right, so growing up, where you want to start? You want to start like when you were just around in the hood, in the neighborhood, in DC, or you like what's the fondest? What's the best memory?
Man, all of it, man. My childhood was a great memory, man. I was raised by my grandparent, but my mom was there. She was just young. My mom had me when she was 16, so I lived with my grandparent.
Right.
And that's how my uncle he was only 2 months older than me, so both of them was pregnant at the same time. That's crazy.
Nice. Y'all
But,
growing up together.
Yeah. So me and
Right.
him grew up together as everybody thought we were brothers, but he was my uncle. So you know what I'm saying?
Is that mental health right there out the gate?
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
To have to know
Yeah,
that that's your
yeah,
uncle.
yeah,
When do
yeah.
you find out and when do you piece it together and be like, wait a minute.
I know
My
it's crazy
uncle? Wait a minute.
because he called he called his mom, and I call his mom.
Right.
So she mom to both of us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then when my mother did,
Does your
so
mom
both,
get jealous?
no, because when I say mom, both of them answered.
Right.
And then it was like, no, not you, her.
Right.
Not you, her. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, but majority of the time I was talking to my grandma. So you know what I'm saying? And she was just always mom, even though it was my grandma. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right. So when did you start, when did you know then that you were a little bit quicker, a little bit more athletic than most kids in the neighborhood?
Well, I didn't. I was a lot smaller. So let's go back in DC, right? So I'm going into high school. I did my 10th grade year at H.D. Woodson High School, and I was like 4'11". So when I finished the 10th grade, I probably was like 5 feet going into 11th grade. So I moved down here to Florida in the 11th grade. So over that summer, I grew from like 5 feet to like 5'4", and then next thing you know, I grew to like 5'11". So now everybody back home in DC. So when I start boxing, everybody at home, they don't know the tall Winky, right? They know the little Winky. You know what I'm saying? The little short guy. You know what
How
I'm
you
saying?
gonna just speak for all of them though? How you know what they
Because that's what it was. Nobody. And then another thing was, listen. So another spin on this whole situation. When I was in DC,
situation.
yeah, when I was in DC, my name was Ronald Tabron. So my grandma name, everybody's name is Tabron. So my mom name is Tabron. So but on my birth certificate, it had Wright, my father's last name. But I always went with my mom's last name. So all through school, everybody knew
Why
Ronald.
would you do that?
Cause that's the way it is.
Wait a minute.
I ride with my mom. So nah, but
she mean?
that's where it was. That's where it was. Listen,
Don't call him by his.
all the way through high school, my name was Ronald Tabron. All the way through high school. So when I moved down here, and then they was like, we need your what you call it?
Birth certificate?
No, not that too, but
Immunization form?
the when you go from
green
one school to
card?
another school, you
Golly,
stupid, man. When you go from one school to another school, you know what I'm saying? You gotta bring that packet, whatever.
it.
So anyway, when I did, they saw Ronald Tabron, but then on birth certificate, like you said, it say Ronald Wright, and I was like, well, this is what I went to school with. They like, well, you gotta go. This was on your birth certificate. So now, so when I start boxing, all the people in DC, they see Ronald Wright, but they really don't know. They know me from Ronald Tabron.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and that's how I was. So it took a while for them to realize who it was, and then when they look and I'm taller now and everything, they're like, man, that's Wink, that's Little Wink. There it is.
Stop.
Yeah.
You've already unpacked too many boxes right now.
Yeah, we can talk about this all day, man.
No. We got to get to some boxing, man, because you are like, when we came up with this, the idea is we just wanted to make sure that we got the greatest of all times, or very close to it, of all time in their sport and their profession. But, we can't take on such a feat without having an actual GOAT in the presence actually get it out of his mouth. Get it straight from the horse's mouth. Get it out the GOAT's mouth, right?
I appreciate it. Like I said, I feel that, by us doing this podcast, I think that we can show, the fans the inside of people we call GOAT. You don't have to be the best fighter or the best basketball player ever. You just you're a stamp on your profession, on your sport, on whatever you do. So people know your name. People know that, okay, that dude was like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel that when we say GOAT talk, we talking to people that really put a stamp on their game.
Absolutely.
No matter what they did. So with boxing, it was just something that that came natural to me. I was short, but I always liked to fight. You know what I'm saying? I always liked to body punch. I always liked to do that. I was just one of them little kids.
Play too much.
Yeah, play too much. There you go. I was one of them kids that play too much. Yeah.
So, and then what? I want to go to Golden Gloves. Like, you're 16.
Yeah.
Can we jump? Like, so you jump, you're 5'11", now you're 16, and you're competing in the Golden Gloves. Like, walk me through that.
I just started boxing. So I think I just started boxing probably about 2 weeks before I fought the Golden Glove. Maybe 2-3 weeks before I fought the Golden Glove. I went into the gym and I met my coach Dan, and I met my other little homie Dave Santos and some other little fighters. And I always wanted to box, but I never had the time. In DC, we always played baseball, football, basketball.
So you played several sports?
I played all of them: baseball, football, basketball.
All right, so stop. Time out. Baseball. What position did you play?
Shortstop. I played short second. I played shortstop second, and I also played catcher one time. You know what I'm saying? For one.
That don't count.
Yeah,
that was just feeling.
I don't like that. I don't.
Vacation.
No. I played it for a while, but I don't like that because I was little, so them big dudes come try to knock my head off. You know what I'm saying?
All right, and then obviously, so you were a guard. Basketball.
Yeah, basketball.
But football, what were you playing?
Running back.
No,
I
sir.
love sweet. I was faking
them
fat. It's little, when you short, you can run, man. So I was quick. I used to like to shake people. You know what I'm saying? I used to think I was Tony Dorsett. because I'm a Cowboy fan. So
slow down, shorty.
That's what
Come
it was.
on now.
I'm just
Slow down.
100.
We'll get to that. Keep going. So now running back, so. Football is not considered in high school now. When did it make the decision like I can't do all these sports?
It never clicked. Through high school, through middle school, I played JV basketball. So I didn't make the varsity. So I'm like, too short. But I always got to play. So then in high school, I didn't go out for the team, and then. Because I always wanted to box. But, when we moved to Florida, it just I went out for the basketball team in Florida. So I was going, everything was going. I didn't get cut. No, listen, this how I didn't get cut. Everything was good. But then they really, in Florida, I forgot, you can't go to one school and be living in another school zone. So when they found out I lived in another school zone, they told me, look, you can't play because you live in another school zone. So I was like, oh, okay. But best thing that ever happened, because when that happened, I met a guy in my class, and he tell me about he wanted to box. He was boxing.
Yeah.
And I looked at him. I'm like, okay, you box? He like, yeah. I say, okay, well, where y'all boxing? And when he said it was real close to where I live at, so I was like, oh man. I said, I'm gonna come by and check y'all out. And I went by there, and I saw it, and I told the coach I'd be back. I think I came back like 2 days later, and then. Like I said, probably about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe. I won the Golden Glove. So they got, back then you had.
Wait a minute, hold on. How did you walk me through that whole situation of football and you just gonna jump through the whole Golden Glove tournament?
That's how I went. So,
wait a minute.
So back then,
how many fights did you have to fight in the Golden Gloves tournament?
I think I had to fight maybe 3 or 4. Because back then the amateur boxing was big. Especially down here in Florida, it was big. It was just like, okay, I was only amateur for 2 years. I had like almost 60 fights in 2 years as an amateur.
We'll get to that. Now you just jumped. Hold on.
No, what I'm just trying to show you how many boxing matches or how many amateur fights was in Florida at that time. So you was fighting. You would go to a tournament. You would fight 3-4 times in that tournament. Nowadays they fight once or twice, maybe. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the same. Yeah, it ain't the same.
Right.
So back then we used to fight every tournament 2-3 times, 2-3 times, 4 times, sometimes twice a day. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
But you're using headgear.
Oh yeah. We using headgear,
right.
and but
so it's like a real sport, like athletic for baseball players because they play all year round, and football players like now, like so you had to make the determination to go all year round, right?
Yeah.
Now. How far you want to jump? You want to talk about the amateurs, or do you want to?
Yeah, we can talk. We can mix it up however you want to do it. I'm here. But like I said, the amateur boxing part of it was, it was exciting. To get in there, and back then I was really quick. I was a slick boxer. So how'd
you meet Dan Birmingham?
I just went into the dude. So the guy that was in my class, his uncle was Dan's partner. So him and Dan had the St. Pete Boxing Club.
Okay.
So he told me about it. He said, yeah, my uncle got the club, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, I'm going to come check it out. Went to check it out. His uncle wasn't in there, but Dan was in there. So when I met Dan, I told him I'd be back. Then when I came again, Dan was in there again. Then, I showed Dan, because I can always, back in DC, I always watched Sugar Ray Leonard, so I knew how to move. I knew how to slip punches, but I never knew how to throw the punches correct. You know, I knew how to jab, but
Right.
like the left and uppercut. You know,
You can
when
street fight.
you street fight, yeah, you think you know how to do all that.
Mimicking Sugar Ray.
There you go. But by me mimicking him, I
Mimic,
can
yeah.
mimic by
Yeah.
him mimicking.
Yeah.
I can throw it a little sharper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what happened. Once I threw it a little sharper and it just kind of
Just
worked.
a little chopper. Wait a minute. We're gonna get to who you was throwing that little chopper at.
A
when you
little
was
sharper, a little
Oh,
sharper.
that little sharper. My bad.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is KTFO Boxing. We got a breakaway because now we've got sponsors. Thank you very much again. So, if you could, we're gonna talk about this next project that we want to give back and be interactive and give to the fans.
Cool.
Hey, boxing fans, we appreciate you tuning in to the KTFO Boxing Podcast.
You got knocked the fuck out.
And we're also trying to make sure that we're being interactive with you. So make sure you check us out and follow us. And there's the right there, it should say KTFO Boxing. Yep, GOAT Talk. Perfect. And we'll do the hashtag challenge. Whenever you want to post a video or if you repost us, you can actually win a pair of boxing gloves. And we have to give away our first pair probably next week for the repost.
So there it is.
Does that sound like fun?
Sound like a lot of fun, right?
So again, that's KTFO Boxing Go Talk, and of course it's the KTFO Challenge. And if you can remember hashtag KTFO Challenge, you might win a free pair of boxing gloves. Well, you get one glove. You get one glove. You can't get two.
Signed by me.
You silly.
Winky Wright presents KTFO Boxing's GOAT Talk. Here's one of the GOAT's thoughts right now.
And we're back. Thank you for tuning in and sticking with us. KTFO Boxing, letting the GOAT talks. This is, of course, our boxing podcast with the GOAT himself, Ronald Winky Wright, but I just call him Wink.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now you met Dan Birmingham, but you've developed this little sharper.
Uh-huh.
Were you tossing it at people? Like, how many were you fighting a lot when you were growing up? When be honest,
Yeah. I not a whole lot, but I fought. You know what I'm saying? But it was more of my neighborhood. So we
it didn't take long. The whole hood knew.
No, because we were boxed. we were our neighbor. My street would box the other street.
Right.
You know, our neighborhood would box the other neighbor. So we put gloves on. It was just fun little stuff like that. And then, like I said, in DC, what we did do, we always body punch. So I learned how to fight inside. You know, because I would have to body punch a bigger guy. So, you know, they try to knock the wind out of me,
right.
and I'm trying to knock the wind out of them.
Yeah.
So I learned how to do that.
Did you ever box other boxers from Philly that age too? Like, did you start learning different
From Philly? No,
Yeah.
I'm DC. So back then, you know, DC wasn't no other.
That's it.
Yeah, wasn't no too many people in the neighborhoods coming from nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, it was crazy back then. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Okay, so coming on back. So, you've thrown the sharper. Dan Birmingham, like, starts training you. Let's jump up to 25-0.
Oh,
Or do
that's
you
pro? Nah, that's cool. 25-0. It was just, you know, so by this time, I was amateur. So I went through the amateurs. In that short period of time, I went to the National Golden Gloves.
Nice.
And then I went to the National ABF. That was a big amateur tournament where, you know, it determines the best amateur fighters in the United States. And on that route, I won the U.S. Olympic Festival in 1990. So as an amateur, once you win that tournament like that, then it allows you to go. The Goodwill game was the next year, and then the 92 Olympics was the year after that.
So you got a gold medal?
I won the gold medal. I beat the number 4 and the number 1 fighter in my weight class, and I was 5th at that time.
You don't know their names?
Yes, little Stevie Johnson, and I think that the other dude was named Hector Colon. So they was number 1 and number 4. So I beat both of them to win a gold medal in that tournament, the U.S. Olympic Festival, 1990 U.S. Olympic Festival. So I won a gold medal for that. After that, I supposedly was able to go to the Goodwill Games. But because I was only amateur a year and a half or whatever, almost 2 years, they was like, man, you don't got enough experience. But I had fought overseas, I fought other countries and all that. But they were just like, you know, you ain't got enough experience, this and that. I was like, but listen, if I beat the number 1 and number 4, y'all gotta give me a chance. They ain't even want to give me a chance. So I was like, you know what? I'm done with amateur boxing. I'm done with boxing, period. I ain't even want. It's incredible what God got for you that, you know what I'm saying? People like to say people what God got for you, nobody can take away. Because
Yes.
I never thought I'll be a boxer. Never would
Okay.
have thought I'd be a professional boxer. I just like to do it. It kept me out of trouble.
But when you won the Olympics, like, man, like
And the
that-
Olympic Festival. So it was the Olympic Festival. It was
Yes.
2 years, 90
Right.
leading up to the
Got
Olympics.
you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and then to now you're getting to this status where, like, how do you feel mentally? Like, where are you at with it? Like, do you feel like you're the best boxer in the world? Do you feel like you're the best in the country? Like,
When I was amateur?
yeah.
Well, you know, I knew that I was one of the best fighters in my weight class in the U.S. So, you know, when you go to these big tournaments, you usually get to see the other fighters. You see there's a lot of good fighters in your weight class, but you don't want to prove to you the best. So, you know what I'm saying? It's more like, for me, back then, it was like, you know, if you think you're better than me, okay, let's fight. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was. It wasn't no, I ain't hate you, I did fight nothing. It was just like, look, this our sport. Man against man. If you feel you can beat me and I feel I can beat you, let's fight.
And dog, nobody was seeing you when, like,
Yeah. At that time, so you know, I wasn't on the radar for the big networks and all that kind of stuff. So you had Shane Mosley, Oscar De La Hoya, all these people that was amateurs since they was 9, 10 years old. So they had a resume. They been in the game for so long that, you know, the fans and the boxing community knew who they were. But for me, I just jumped out there that fast, and then once I did it, you know, I caught that bug and I fell in love with it, and I just wanted to continue doing it.
man.
So let's jump back to what you said. I'm 25 and 0. So now, you know, I'm fighting in Florida, but I'm 25. Well, hold on. Before I'm 25, I'm 12 and 0 in Florida. Most of my fights all right here in St. Pete, Tampa, in the Florida area. So, but I knew that I wanted to be bigger than just Tampa, St. Pete area, just Florida region. So it was like, you know, what can we do? Because the promoter, I wasn't getting paid the way I want to get paid. Everybody else making money. I'm making so money. I'm like, this ain't what I want. So Dan got in touch with some European promoters, and they was like, look, we can bring you over here to Europe. You can fight over here, and we'll pay you a lot more, and you know what I'm saying, and we'll promote you. So me and Dan like, hey, what we got to lose? We over here. We ain't getting no promotion over here.
How old are you by now?
I'm 20. I'm 20. I probably was, let me see. Yeah, maybe 20 years old, maybe.
And what countries were you living in at 20 to
Well,
25?
I wasn't living in the country. Yeah, I was
consuming.
yeah.
You picked up on languages and nuances. Come on, don't act like stop acting like that.
I'm just saying I wasn't living. Yeah, I would just go over there. I would go over there like a week before the fight. So I would spend a week
Okay.
before every fight, and I was going to France. I was going to England, Germany, countries like that.
Wow. And just
Yeah, so
living the life.
yeah. At that time, you know, you really.
Are you getting popular out
Yeah.
there?
So now you got. So
are
now.
are you like you that
Yeah,
dude?
yeah. I'm having so listen.
Come on,
So I'm
man.
having a good time over there because
Yes.
I'm fighting. I'm over there with the big European fighters. So, you know, they at that time they loved their fighters. You know, it was fighters like Lil Prince, Nassim Hamed, and
flipping over the
Nigel
wrist.
Ben, and all these people. So
Yeah.
all these big European fighters. So I'm on their undercard. So at first it started, I was just on the undercard. Then this kid from the U.S. So, you know, like I said, my first fight over there, I'm fighting. And only people rooting for me is me and my coaches. I got a stadium full of Europeans rooting for their fight. But listen,
So it's Creed 2 for real.
but it was okay because once the fight ended, now I got people. Now they clapping, they clapping.
Yes.
Back then they love a boxer. They love somebody with skills over there in Europe. So it wasn't about just the knockout point. They like you have skills. So I had the skills. I was quick. They couldn't hit me. And after a while, I started beating all their fighters. And now I became popular in Europe. So it was like, you know, I was known in Europe more than I was known here.
Let me ask you this, and I hope I don't sound crazy, but do you consider? We know boxing is an art form, but is it a language that you have to acquire? Like that, do you feel like you're manipulating or being very creative with the boxing rules and just patterns? Is it like that? Or is it some matrix? Like, what is it? What is
It's
it?
just more. It's just in you. You know, it's just in you. Certain fighters got certain styles. Certain fighters just fight certain ways. You know, like if you look at Floyd, he is a fighter with a lot of skill, a lot of knowledge, and Shorty put in the work. So that's why he make it look so easy. So people, I would fight sometimes, and some of my friends be like, man, why you ain't do this? Why you ain't do that? I'm like, do you know how hard it is to do what you saying? See, we make it look so easy that you think that you can do it until you get in there. Right. And then when you see these other guys jump into boxing rings and they look crazy because it's not that easy. You think that jab won't come out like that, or you think you be slipping that punch and counter. It's not that easy. We make it look that easy. Just like basketball players make it look so easy to jump up and fly and dunk and all that kind of stuff. But you get out there, you looking like an old fool trying to go through your legs behind the back if you don't do that. You see what I'm saying? So we make it look easy, and it's just something that you do. Like I said, you got fighters that just got that natural ability, like Roy Jones. He did things that were unorthodox, but it's just him. He can stand in front of you, don't jab, hit you with the right hand, just jump up, hit you with an uppercut, hook. It was just his natural ability, and he used it to the best of his ability, and it made him a great fighter.
But you watched him growing up to be a great fighter.
Roy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Roy, he was just, I think Roy was like one Olympics before me. He was the 88 Olympics and I was the 92. But by seeing Roy, seeing how quick he was and how sharp he was, and just the things that he did just didn't make sense, but he made it look easy. Like, once again, he made it look easy. I'm like, man, come on, this dude, how he do that, man? Put his hand behind his back and catch you like that. The dude was just amazing, man. So, and same thing with Floyd. Floyd's so quick, and he see things, and he was a great fighter. Talk about
just kind of pinpoint and summarize the Julio Cesar Vasquez fight.
Oh first. Man, that fight was a great learning experience fight. You know what I mean? Because this is my first time. I'm overseas for a month now. Now usually I just go for a week, which I wish I would have did, but I didn't. So we wanted to do training camp. So we was in Nice, France. We was in Nice, beautiful over there, man. We staying in a mansion. We living it up, but we training hard. We in shape. We everything.
Wait a minute, living in a mansion, living it up, but we're training hard.
Oh yeah, man. We've training hard. Oh, because that's all. Man, imagine we in a mansion. We in Nice, beautiful area and all that, but we don't speak the language like that, so we ain't really out hanging out. Now we go places, do things, eat and stuff like that.
Right.
But it was just
8 hours out of the day.
Yeah,
you had to work.
We worked, so we did what we had to do, and it was great. Like I said, but so by training over there, my shoes I wore the bottom off my shoes, so I went to get some new bottoms put on my shoes, my boxing shoes, but they put the wrong bottoms on. They put tennis shoes bottoms on where I couldn't get no grip, so I'm sliding everywhere. And it was a great fight. I take nothing away from him. He fought a hell of a fight. He won. I gave him all he can have, and I couldn't even hold my feet. My feet was slipping everywhere. So I know if I would have able to get that rematch, which he never wanted, if I could have got a rematch, I would have punished him. I would have punished. But that right there let me know that, you know what I'm saying, that I belong, because I fought him. I went 12 rounds with him on my worst day, my worst boxing night ever. I went 12 rounds.
How did that had to hurt too? Like
it hurt, but it was motivating to me. It was like, dang,
off.
It was like this dude knocking everybody out, and I fought him on my worst day, and I'm slipping. Now imagine if I could have held my feet, my balance, I would have crushed him. So I wanted that rematch, never could get it, and it is what it is. Time went by, and like I said, what God got for you, nobody can't take away, because I'm in the Hall of Fame now. He ain't.
And on that note, we're gonna make sure that if you like what you're hearing, this is KTFO Boxing, and of course this is Goat Talk, Winky Wright, and click that subscribe button, and thank you for the likes, and we're gonna let the goats talk. Hey, boxing fans, we appreciate you tuning into the podcast. Of course, it's KTFO. You got
knock the fuck out.
Hopefully you've been enjoying everything. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and you hit like. We appreciate it. And also, we will be selling our commemorative boxing gloves to the podcast. We're not just any podcast. We have the Winky Wright boxing. Do I sound like the Winky Wright KTFO Boxing Podcast. So you can order yours today. Get them now. They're going fast. Real fast. No, but autograph in the blue ink. And of course, if you want a case, we'll have that for you as well. So just check us out. Again, that is KTFOboxing.com. One more time, KTFOboxing.com. And It's right. It should be right there. If not, I just look really crazy.
This is your favorite athlete's favorite athlete. KTFO Boxing.
And we're back. KTFO Boxing Go Talk, letting the goals talk. Where of course KTFO stands for You Got
Knock the fuck out.
You did a lot of that. Now we're picking up the conversation after you go. After Vasquez, you bounce back. It's not a big deal. You shake it off. It's motivation now. Next, you go 10 fights in 2 years. Now, that's unheard of. 10 fights in 2 years.
I wanted to get back. I want to be number one again. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, you know, once I fought Vasquez, I was number one contender across the board. I was number one WBC, WBA, IBF, and without a big promoter. So you know, true boxers know that you got to have a big promoter to really become number one in these boxing sanctions. Yeah, because there you go. So now I'm number one across the board, but I ain't got a big promoter. I got a European promoter. So you know they did what they had to do. They put me in the right places in the right spots, and I won the right fight. So now I'm number one across the board. So that's how I got to fight Vasquez. But Terry Norris was the champion. And I forgot it was one more. I forgot who the other champion was, but you know, we took that fight. We lost. It was like, okay, it's a learning experience. That's your first loss. You know, let's come back and train hard. So like you said, I had a lot of fights after that. You know, I fought a lot of fighters because I had to beat everybody. You know, I think they moved me back down to like 8 or 9. So I'm saying, listen, I'm gonna beat everybody in front of me. So now you're gonna have to fight me again.
Talk about the what's a memory, or what do you think about when you hear the Bronco McCart fight?
Oh man, that's a wild time right there, because that was my first world championship. When I fought Bronco, it was in Michigan, man. So I never forget it. You know, we was like, okay, now we gonna win this one. We can't give them no chance. We gotta go out here. We gotta box, and we just gotta win every round. And you know, Bronco at that time, people say Bronco was knocking everybody. USA had Bronco on path to being, you know, the next fighter, that next fighter. You know, because he a white boy that can fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it what it is. It is what it is. That dude could fight. He was tough. He could punch, and he came to fight. And you know, they expected him to beat me. They had, you know, we fought in Michigan, and he had a parade in there. He had, man, he had everything.
Does it get personal though?
No, it didn't get personal. No, not for me.
You don't use that for mental fuel. Okay,
I'm a, you know, people know me. I'm a big joker, man.
Yeah.
So you know, nothing really. You know, like when people try to scare you or talk, man, I'm like,
well,
listen,
you know,
hey, but I'm just saying,
sensitive now.
Yeah,
you can't call the white boy, you can't call that guy over there. You can't call him white by his.
No, but I'm saying that's at that time. That's what it was. You know, the networks wanted a Caucasian fighter that can fight. You know what I'm saying? There you go.
I'm confused. I'm sorry. I apologize.
But my man was tough. You know, I take my hat off to him, and you know, nobody wanted to fight him at that time, and nobody wanted to fight me.
Right.
So it was like, okay, we'll fight each other. And he had his promoter name was Jackie. It was the first woman. She was a woman promoter. Jackie.
Shouts out to Jackie.
Yeah, Jackie came. Jackie was doing her thing. So you know, me and Bronco fought. It was a good fight, tough fight, but I won the fight. You know what I'm saying? I went to his hometown, won 12-round decision, and then you know, he had a rematch clause, so he wanted to fight again. So we waited a little bit, and then we fought again. Then I beat him again. Then we fought one more time after that, and then it was good rivalry, man. I like him. He a good dude. You know what I'm saying? It was just at that time.
Beat him 3 times.
Yeah, but it was just, you know, because he was a tough little.
He was,
tough
but
fighter.
you beat him 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So all right. Talk about, what do you remember about the Harry Simon fight?
Oh man, that's one of the craziest. This when I start having a dislike for boxing, because it was more business than true skills. So like I tell people, it's a lot of fighters out here right now that you don't know that hell of a fighters, but they ain't got the chance to prove themselves because that promoter won't give them that chance, or that other fighters don't want to fight him. He'd rather fight somebody easy and make more money than fighting this tough guy and make less money. So
does it hurt when you have to now understand that it's not sport and it's business?
Yes, it hurt. Okay. It hurt because, you know, when you're a fighter, when you're a young kid, you thinking that, you know, I'm I'm gonna be able to say what I want to say in this ring. I'm gonna be able to show the people that I'm the man, and if you want to beat me, you gotta do it in the ring. But they can do it outside the ring. They can do it with the judges. They can do it with any kind of way they want to do it. So that right there was a tough situation. So I learned that in a few fights that you can win the fight, but the judges are gonna go.
That happened a couple of times in your career where the fight even got overturned, and then you had, and it was like,
that was crazy. I ain't even know you can do that. So now I'm the WBO champ. So I keep my belt with a draw. He fought a good fight, cool. Y'all still call it a draw. So I keep my belt. So now I go back to my dressing room, changing my clothes. Y'all come back. Now, we don't wait 15 minutes in the ring to get the decision. We got the decision, cool. Now, I leave, go to the dressing room, another 15 minutes at least. Y'all come back and tell me, oh, no, we made a mistake. You lost by 1 point. Come on, man. How you can't do that. And I told her, I said, you can't do that, man. And they like, the judge, we counted her score wrong.
Because when you won.
How can you count somebody's score wrong? It's either 1 point, 10-9, 9-8. Nobody got knocked down. So you can't count the 10? You can't count? Come on, man. So it was a fix. It was just they put the fix in, so they thought they was gonna win because I went to South Africa, fought him in his home country, which I didn't. I don't care. I will fight anybody wherever they want to fight. You want to go to South Africa, cool. You want to go to France, cool. It didn't matter because only 2 people in that ring gonna be me and you,
right?
And we gotta see who the best. So that was my take on it. But like I said, boxing, it's different. We don't have a union. We don't have things that other sports got that can control the sport, where you get a lot of things that don't happen in other sports that happen in boxing. How many fights you done watched and this other guy won the fight, then they come back and tell you this guy won. And what can you do? Come on, man, y'all know this guy didn't win this fight, but because y'all promoting him, y'all got all the money behind him, y'all giving him another chance. Now y'all taking away from this kid who did what he had to do that night. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy sport.
Well, I mean, you got to tell me and break it down for me. Because listen, you just went to we just came out of a pandemic now. Mm-hmm. Boxing took a hit because no fans and you got to have that energy to box to make it exciting. Mm-hmm. Is that not correct? Of course.
It's definitely different.
Got to have fans.
Definitely was different in that pandemic. I'm glad I wasn't fighting no more. So these people, that had to go in there and just box, it was like sparring. I'm thinking so it was a different environment, but we so glad we back at where we got the fans.
So how did it feel when you went? What was the first fight you went to? Probably last year. With
the fans back in there.
Yeah, with more people in Vegas when it was really in the big ballroom.
I can't remember, man.
Really?
I can't. I'm like you, my mind. I got hit in the head a lot. You know what I'm saying?
How did it feel? Okay, so what was the energy like at the Thurman fight?
Oh man, the Thurman fight was good. The energy was good. People, started. Wasn't everybody? They wasn't all on a pandemic thing. They wear the mask, but they had it off. So it wasn't crazy. But I guess, can you imagine when it first happened? Then you got these fights. Then you got everybody in the ring, the cornermen. Everybody got on masks, and it probably felt crazy. I'm glad I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't have liked it. Point blank, I wouldn't have liked it.
Wait, I want to ask do you think COVID was a setup? Do you think we've been
Man, I look at here, man. Don't ask me nothing like that because it'd be a whole nother discussion. It'd be a whole nother discussion. But I think that COVID was something planned.
Have you noticed we get a lot of pharmaceutical commercials? Like I can't even enjoy watching any media without some type of pharmaceutical company commercial. Trizexol and maybe it's just me though. I mean, or am I the only one?
No.
Yeah, I mean, we're not in this. By the way, folks, there's a room full of people in here. Shout out to Jason and shout out to our executive producer Vince. They're extremely quiet, like
Vince.
H-Town stand up. All right, so let's jump to let's go to the Vargas fight.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Walk me through the Vargas fight.
So now the Vargas fight. So now I done came. So they done cheated me with Harry Simon. So now I got to get back. So I'm like, no, I'm tired of overseas. I'm done with overseas. I need to get back to the United States because, you know, by me being number one ranked in the world and all my friends, so they knew I was ranked number one, but they was like, man, nobody don't know you yet. And, you know, you would see Shane Mosley, you would see De La Hoya and all. And I would tell them, I say, you know, they won't fight me. You know what I'm saying? They won't fight me. So my friends like, man, you can't beat these guys. You know, they on TV all the time, Shane this and Oscar this. I said, listen, you saying all that because they haven't fought me yet. I said, so when we fight, then you can see the difference. But I like myself against anybody. And that's what I used to tell them. So they like, man, you just, because they know me. See, you know, they hang with me. They just thinking, okay, well, you know, my man good, but he ain't on TV like them. And it's just, I'm like, don't worry about it.
I think the kids call them haters. So you had haters like that where they was just joking.
Yeah, it was some hate and it was some joking. It was some hate, you know what I'm saying? But it was some joke. But then I had some real dudes with me saying, man, you can do your thing. Keep doing your thing. You gonna make people believe you. You know what I'm saying? Don't just show them. And that's what it was. Okay, you know, I ain't got to explain it to them. I'm gonna show you. And that's what happened.
And that's the I guess the fire in the spirit, I guess, right?
Yeah, you know, you want to, like I said, for me it was more about, you know, if you feel you can beat me, and like people know me today. Anything I do, I want to win. If we golfing, if we bowling, if we shooting pool,
oh my God,
whatever we doing, I'm competitive. I'm betting, I'm doing everything. So that's just how it is.
God. You guys, it's OCD for real, like for real. Like he needs help. But go on, continue. The competitiveness. It never dies, ever.
Yeah, so, you know, whatever I do, I want to win, and that's just what it was. So when I got Vargas, it was like, you know, okay, I had just got with Don King, so, you know, everybody say stay away from Don King. You know,
can we talk about that for 1 second? Yeah. One more time. What did they say?
Yeah,
everybody
stay away from Don King. Yeah, Don King. You know, Don King.
Do?
Yeah,
act more stupidly. Easy.
No, but no.
I'm gonna go here. Yeah. They shooting over there. Yeah. But let me go see what's happening.
Yeah, but listen, Don at that time, people say what they want, but Don King made a route for a lot of black fighters. You know, people. If it wasn't for Don King, a lot of these black fighters wouldn't have the name that they had.
And
you know
Al Heyman.
No, at that time, wasn't no Al Heyman.
Wasn't no Al Heyman?
Al Heyman was nowhere in the picture. I just wanted
to see how.
No. Don King stood up for the black fighter. So, like I said, he might have did what he did and got, you know, paid less or got money and tricked them out, this and that. But Don King gave you that avenue.
You think the media wrongly attacked Don King?
I think so. I think a lot of stuff that they blame Don for, some fighters just did it on their own. You know, some fighters, you know, spent their own money. Some fighters did certain things that they blame Don for. But, you know, I don't think Don did all of it. And like I said, I'm not there to know the situation. I don't know everybody's situation. But I know my situation with Don. So when I met Don, we did a contract. And he was like, okay, I'm going to get you this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, do this. So I said, cool. So I fought. I had a fight with him, 1 or 2 fights with him. And then, you know, he was like putting me on the shelf. So I'm like, Don, what's up, man? I need to fight. You know what I'm saying? I need to fight. What you going to do? He's like, this and that. Well, we got these people here. We can't do this. We can't do that. Like, Don, listen, I need to fight. If you can't give me the fight, then, you know, I need to go. So he's like, oh, okay, I got this fight. We got this fight with Vargas. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's do this fight. Cool. So we do the fight with Vargas. Now, what?
What the hell is
Nah, that mean, you know, all you get everything aligned. You get everything aligned, you know what I'm saying? So we get everything aligned, and then now we got the Vargas fight.
Awesome.
So they take the fight. At that time, Vargas was promoted by Gary Shaw. And then, you know, my so he is like my dude, my man. Jim Wilkes was managing me. So it was like he wasn't my manager, but he would make sure I would do the right things. He would overlook everything I did. He was my lawyer, my manager, my friend. So he would watch out for me and make sure I wasn't doing no bad deals. So we did the Vargas thing because him and Gary Shaw was good people, good friends. So he talked Gary Shaw and, you know, give me that fight. And,
so it made sense.
So it made sense. So then we did that fight with Vargas. And then, as you know, I should have won, but I didn't. And then from there, now so now I'm on HBO. So now everybody got to see this guy Winky Wright. Did y'all see this guy Winky Wright? Oh man, he took it to Vargas, because at that time Vargas was 17-0 with 17 knockouts and knocking everybody out.
Right.
So they see me before this fight. I was always a slick boxer, sticking and moving. But him and his little brother, you know, at the press conference and everything, we just kept jawing back and forth, and they kind of got under my skin. And I was like, I'm gonna hurt you. Yeah, I was telling Box, I'm gonna hurt you. Yeah, I said I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you. So it was more like I want now. I don't want box. Now I want to fight. Now I want to fight. So now and then I was known for the fighting part. You know, I was known
very defensive. Very skilled.
At that time, I was just a slick boxer. If you watch me back in, I was just hard to hit. I was slick, stick and move, jab.
Okay.
You know, but that from that fight, that night, the next day when we came to that fight, that's when I started fighting the way I fought now. When my hands up and come and walk you down straight, pickable straight. I never practiced that defense. I never practiced that style. When we went into that Vargas fight, sticking and moving, but from him getting under my skin and I wanted to fight him, I changed my whole thing that fight.
Aggressive.
As soon as when we came into that ring, I went straight to him. Damn, like what the heck? What are you doing?
Right.
Box, stick him on.
Right.
I'm like, I'm gonna kill him. Damn.
And it was personal.
It was like,
business.
no, I want to, because I kept saying Shorty could fight. He was a very good fighter. It was just the point I was saying. He was 17-0, 17 knockout, but who has you fought? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying to myself, like, you ain't fought me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you knocked out, you ain't knocking me out. And that's what it was.
Was you talking trash to him when he was hitting?
The whole time.
What were you saying to him? I told you.
Yeah, it ain't that easy, is it? I told you I'm going to get
else?
you.
What
It
else?
was a lot of things. We just jawed back and forth. He was talking too, you know what I'm
What would
saying?
he say back?
We would just jaw, just little stuff. You know, when you fighting, a lot of people know if you hit somebody with a good shot, you like, okay, I caught you.
You hear that?
You like that, yeah, Or you catch it with a good body shot. Yeah, I got you. So all them little things in there. So a lot of people don't see that, but fighters know what I'm talking about. And once you do that, and sometimes you can see when you beat it out of a fighter.
Wow.
You could tell when you beat the fight out of a fighter. You can see it in his face. You can see it in his expression.
Yeah.
So
my man who had the towel thrown in, his father threw the towel in.
Oh yeah. I know you're talking about little the guy. What's his name, man?
Who?
No. He talking about the young fighter, not Earl Spence and them.
Porter?
Sean Porter.
Sean Porter. And that was good. And I thought that was a break. That's what a father's supposed to do.
But no. Listen, Shorty was in that fight. Terrence a heck of a fighter. Do I think Terrence might have stopped him? Maybe. Or maybe the dude could have lasted. But you know what I'm saying? I know his dad don't want, that's the only thing about having your dad as your cornerman, because now it get personal because your dad don't want to see nobody hit their son. You know what I'm saying? So,
Clearly.
He probably just thought, well, my son fought a good fight now, hey, I don't want to see him get hurt. And I think he threw it in too early. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he caught his son, but he didn't hurt his son. It was just like a flash knockdown. I could see if his son was wobbling all dazed out, okay, that's something different. But it was just a flash knockdown, and he threw in the towel. And
Well, I mean, today's boxing, they don't want the kids to get, hurt.
man, look at here. Today's boxing and it's like today's basketball.
Uh-oh.
Okay, what
Yeah,
people
we
say,
go.
no, I'm just saying, back in the days, you come through that middle and you got Charles Oakley and all them, you might get the wind knocked out
But
of
the
you.
problem is when you start off the sentence saying back in the day, well, we
ain't back in the day no more. But what I'm saying is that
Okay.
it's a difference. The sport and everything, it got to evolve. And it sometimes
to the better or the worse, though.
It just depends. It depends on how how you see it.
How do you see it? That's
boxing?
Yes.
Boxing, oh man, I think that it evolved for the better because there's a lot of fighters that were getting brain damage and getting injured severely. So I think that a lot of these fights should have been stopped, or they should take better precautions on stopping the fight.
They should have.
But you know what I'm saying? But in certain fights, you gotta let you're a fighter. That's what you do. If you ain't truly getting hurt, then you gotta let them fight, man. That's what we do. Don't stop the fight because you thinking I'm hurt. If I ain't look over there like, okay, I'm out, take me, tap me. But other than that, man, I want to fight.
What do you think about Oscar De La Hoya, man?
Oh man, listen, I have nothing against Oscar De La Hoya. I think Oscar De La Hoya is a great fighter. I would have loved to fight.
Can I
Oscar
tell you
De
what
La
I
Hoya.
think or what I heard?
No, I would have loved to fight Oscar.
You know, we got to
you know?
represent them. Like they said, like
Yeah.
you know, they said he ducked you for so long.
Yeah, he definitely did that. He definitely did that, and you know, people, the true fighters, the true fans know that he ducked me. And
Okay, all
it
right.
is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's more of, you know, his brand didn't want. It had nothing to do with my brand, and I don't know why. Because at that time, I was the man. You know what I'm saying? No matter what he said, I had beat him. I beat Shane. I beat everybody. I was beating everybody, and I had all the belts. So that's another thing. Why would you go fight Pacquiao, who don't have any of the belts, and instead of fighting me? I got all the belts. You could fight. You know what I'm saying? It would just make more sense. But you know, you chose Pacquiao, and you know, at that time, Oscar is like the gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who made a lot of money in that weight division went through Oscar because he was a golden boy. He was a you know, Spanish American kid, good looking kid that everybody knew and wanted to see. And he had a big pay-per-view. So, you know, when Pacquiao fought him, that's when Pacquiao started making that big money. When Floyd fought him, that's when Floyd started making that real big money. You see what I'm saying? So he was that gatekeeper. So I'm like, why you stopping me from going through the gate? You know what I'm saying? And it was just crazy.
When did you did the money start getting better? Or does the career pivot when we get to, you know, Trinidad, when the Felix Trinidad fight comes? Like now, I mean, there's nobody out there that's exciting like that. There are, but like you were doing your thing, like
yeah. So that Shane fight allowed me to get the Trinidad fight. So, you know, right before Trinidad fought me, he fought Mayorga, and it was a heck of a fight. I think they fought in New York, and you know, Mayorga just one of them tough, crazy kids, but Tito put that power on him, man. Tito was a heck of a puncher, man. Tito knocked out so many guys that I know, and it's amazing that this kid can throw with that much power. You know, he knocked out Vargas. That was, you know, like I said, me and Vargas cool now, but at that time I didn't like Vargas,
right.
So I was a Tito. I was rooting for Tito. So you know, I wasn't drying, but it was basically I wanted Tito to win at that time. And then when they fought, that was a hell of a fight. I gave my head off to Vargas. Vargas got up from 2 knockdowns in the first round or whatever, and he got up, fought back, knocked Tito down. And then, you know, Tito came back, knocked him down again, and then finally stopped him. Man, when I say that was a hell of a fight, man, them dudes was fighting. I take my hat off to him. And Tito just been in them kind of fights where the kid just had that power where he hit you and they was going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He knocked my man William Joppy out, and Jop was a bad boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God dang, this dude here. So now I got to fight him. So I'm like, okay, well, I know I got a good defense. I got a good chin. And he ain't gonna catch me with them strong, wild shots.
Right.
If he hit me, it's gonna be through my gloves. So I'm saying he gonna have to knock me out through my gloves. So I was saying to myself, listen, man, everybody expect you to go out here and get knocked out because they seen him knock out Mayorga, they seen him knock out everybody, and they thinking, well, Tito he gonna walk right through you. And I'm saying to myself, well, I'm like Roy Jones, they must have forgot. They must have forgot because I knew that he would have to set himself to generate that power. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not gonna just stand there with my hands down while he generate that power and let him hit me. I'm gonna watch him. So
not king of it made jab you up.
Yeah, right. it made it so easy. It made it easy because the way he had to load up every time he had to set to load up to throw the power. I'm looking right at you, so when I see you load up, all I gotta do is put my hands up, block it, and then once I feel his power, but it can't hurt me with the gloves. So I'm just like, okay. He tried to go to the body, I pick it off. So I'm like, okay. The first round, me and Dan was like, you okay? I was like, yeah. He's like, that was kind of easy. You know, this is how he talking to me in the corner. He's like, yo, that was kind of, I said, yeah. He's like, maybe they trying to trick us. Be careful. So me and Dan used to be talking about some crazy stuff. Right. So Dan was like, man, maybe they trying to trick you. Be careful. I said, I'm going to be careful. He said, yeah, just, you know, just keep using jab and be careful. So second round, you see, I came back out just using the jab a little bit. So I'm hitting with the jab. So now I'm realizing that he really can't get by the jab. I can feint, and when
Nobody
I'm
could,
feinting,
though.
but I'm saying for him, because he was trying to generate so much power that every time I feint him, I would get him off balance. So I was like, okay, I kept popping jab. So after that second round ended, as soon as I turned around and looked at that in the corner, he looking at me, I like, it's over. So when I got to the corner, he looked at me and say, man, I said, yeah, it's over. He's talking about, it's that easy, ain't it? I said, man, it's over. I say, I see everything he throwing. I'm talking about, it's like everything he threw, it went in slow motion. I seen
Who we talking about here?
Tito. Everything he threw, I seen it. It was like, I had my hands up, but I see it. I see it going around. I see him trying to throw straight down the middle. I turn my glove. See him trying to go to the body. I just twist a little bit. And I was like, man, this is made. And then all I kept saying to myself, don't do nothing stupid. So,
what would be something stupid?
You trying to throw something wild, and then he catch you with that shot you been seeing all night. That shot you been seeing all night, the block. You open up, and he catch you. So I was saying to myself, just stay with the jab. I know people going to be like, man, you do this, do that. But I'm saying to myself, just focus with the jab. Just win round by round. So then once it got to like the 6th, 7th round, and I was like, his power was going down. I was like, oh, he can't hurt me. I was like, dang it. I said, he can't hurt me. So then was like, okay, just, you can open up a little bit more. So I would open up a little bit more, throw a couple of lefts and try to go to the body, this and that. But like I said, me and him became friends on a press tour. So when you're doing a pay-per-view, you got a press tour. So you got to go to New York, LA, all the big cities to do your press run. And, my homeboy named Damon Ramirez, God bless, rest in peace, he passed away. So, he was Spanish and he would speak Spanish to Tito. He knew Tito. So that's how we got to be all friends. So we doing this press tour, we laughing and joking with each other, but knowing we got to fight each other. But it was just more of, it was cool. It was just cool. So he was a good dude, man. And, like I said, it was just my night. Sometimes, like I said, they say everybody got that time to blow. When it's your time, you got to be ready to blow. And like Eminem said, I did it. It was my time.
So, wow. The thing about it, when you're riding high now, because like when you did the video game, which I don't think that was a pivotal point of advertising in your career, dog.
I know, and that's crazy. And I almost didn't do it because I was like, man, y'all ain't paying me enough. So that's how that goes with.
What year was that?
I can't even remember. But that goes with saying that sometimes you can miss a great opportunity because you're thinking about the money and not knowing what the opportunity could do for you.
It was ColecoVision, or no?
No. It was what's the name?
Sega?
KT. No, Madden. It was the what was it? EA Sports.
EA Sports.
Yeah.
Knockout, Super Knockout.
Yeah, it was. I forgot. Knockout King, Knockout something. I don't know, man. But,
so okay, I'm sorry.
But it was just that, like I said, I almost didn't do it because I was like, man, y'all need to, because I wanted to get the cover. Yeah, that's what it was.
They had Ali in the fight in the box. You're fighting with, you could be Ali, you could be Sugar Ray Leonard.
I think So now that you say that, so when I went to go so you had to, when this boxing game came out, we had to go to Canada, and so it was me, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Lennox Lewis. So we all did the boxing thing, and then me and Ray Leonard had to put on the little suit with the little dots on it at that time and do our little boxing stuff, and it was just funny. It was just funny at that time, you know what I'm saying? And then we did that, and that's when I got to meet Lennox for the first time and really got to hang out with, talk to Ray, and man, I had a good time meeting them guys, and it was just something special.
You were a beast in the game.
Like, yeah.
Like you were, and it was like I did it a lot. I'd be like, give me Ricky Ray. I had to match up. Like, give me the and then, now you're gonna right. I'm not gonna sit up there. You're not gonna knock me out.
Yeah. So that game allowed me to see that if you bring yourself outside of boxing, you become bigger than just a fighter. And by me knowing a lot of people, I got to do different videos. I got to do stuff with 50 Cent. I got to do things with Jamie Foxx, Dame Dash. You know what I'm saying? So it was just it was good for me being around all these hip hop artists and being able to do different things with them, and you know that made me bigger than just a fighter. So people would start seeing me in videos. People would start seeing Winky here, Winky there. So you know, like, man, that's that dude. So it was great. It was great, man.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, again, this is KTFO Boxing. Winky Wright, of course, you know, undisputed, unified, and former Hall of Fame boxer.
That's right. Not formal.
Not formal. But this is Go Talk, letting the goats talk. We'll be back in a second. Hey, boxing fans, we appreciate you tuning in to the KTFO Boxing Podcast.
You got knocked the fuck out.
And we're also trying to make sure that we're being interactive with you. So make sure you check us out and follow us. And there's the, right there, it should say KTFO Boxing. Yep, Go Talk. Perfect. And we'll do the hashtag challenge. Whenever you want to post a video or if you repost us, you can actually win a pair of boxing gloves. And we have to give away our first pair probably next week for the repost.
So there it is.
Does that sound like fun?
Sound like a lot of fun, right?
So again, that's KTFO Boxing Go Talk, and of course it's the KTFO Challenge. And if you can remember hashtag KTFO Challenge, you might win a free pair of boxing gloves. Well, you get one glove. You get one glove. You can't get two.
Signed by me.
You silly.
Winky Wright presents KTFO Boxing's Goat Talk. Here's one of the GOAT starts right now.
KTFO Boxing, this is GOAT Talk. Of course, KTFO, meaning you just got
knocked the fuck out.
We appreciate you tuning in. We're just, I'm interviewing my partner right here, Ronald Winky Wright.
Oh, you had to call me Ronald, man. Come on now.
I know, I'm sorry. Winky Wright.
There you go.
Everybody, you know, sometimes you still have to be professional. I watch all these podcasts now. Like, I like a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, shout out to $1 Million Worth of Game. And, you know, Drink Champs, and like I love them. They're just good. But, you know, at the same time, it's social media now, and this whole the metaverse now. Are you participating now? Are you
not yet? I'm always a day behind. I'm always getting something a day behind.
Well, you can definitely follow us on social media. Of course, that is KTFO Boxing at us, and we will. We're going to do something special. As you can see, these commemorative boxing gloves in front of you, and they're autographed in blue ink. We're gonna actually give some away to a couple of the viewers, just to show our appreciation. But they will also be readily available. Yes, Vince? Yeah, you can go to the website and you can purchase them, and they'll be autographed. Yes? Okay, great. All right, well, we'll get more into that. Now, we're talking about boxing, and, you know, you're a GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for real, like, your career, when you look back at your career now, like, you know, you take that. When people say you're one of the greatest of all time, you humbly accept that, yes?
Yes, I definitely humbly accept it. I'm glad that people enjoy watching what I did, how I did it, you know what I'm saying, what I went through, you know what I'm saying. A lot of people seen the struggle to get to become Winky Wright, you know what I'm saying. So it was great. Everything was a learning experience, like my man Dame Dash said, you know what I'm saying, a setback and nothing but a learning experience, you know what I'm saying. So you learn from it. Whatever set you back, learn from it, then you go forward. And that's what I did. You know, I'm happy about it.
Got to do movies and, you know, went out to, you know, again, that was a big move to be in that video game and to be one of the beginnings of the whole madness. Like, video games now is $1 billion industry now.
Crazy.
Do you still play with your kids?
No, I can't do that. My son make me look so stupid. I used to play the basketball game. I'm thinking I'm doing something, doing all the cards between my legs, let me score a few
2K?
points. Yeah, I'm scoring a few points, and then that thing, okay, Dad, I'm about to beat you. I said, sure, I got you now. Psh, blow me out. I'm like, yeah, I ain't playing this no more.
When people stop you now and when they talk to you, well, like, what's the most common thing that people want to talk to you about when they talk about boxing now?
when people stop me now, it's mainly about where they were in their life when they met me the first time, or where they were in their life when I won this or when I did that. And that's a great thing for me, because when people think about me, they think about the great things that happened in their life at that time. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, it's remarkable, and I'm just happy to be able to share that with the fans and with my friends.
And that's apparently clear too. Like, it's obvious because people do it. Does it get to be? Do you find yourself now stuck in the matrix because everything is repeating itself and kind of like the same, or
No.
is it different, or is it
No.
always more? How's it feel? Like,
It is what it is. I just accept it, and like I said, you move day by day. Just enjoy yourself, and that's all. I just look at it as, like I say, my job is something that people like to see, and I appreciate that all the fans that watched me and appreciated me and supported me. So it's no different than anybody else, man.
who you like right now? Who's exciting for you now to
In
watch
boxing?
boxing? Mhm.
Oh man, there's a few good fighters out there. Like I said, I like Terrence Crawford. I like them Charlo brothers. David Benavidez is a beast. People keep talking about Canelo. Canelo a great fighter. Let me put that out there. Canelo a great fighter, man. But that Benavidez is a big boy, and that boy can fight. So that'll be a good fight. Earl Spence, Keith Thurman. It's a lot of good fighters out there. Little Tank. It's just a lot of them out there.
All right, so now let's talk about this. Now, let's say there's a kid in Corpus Christi, Texas, young Trinidad, Pinot, Trinity, like, he's 16.
Mhm.
What kind of tips? What do you tell him? Now, let's say he's 16 to, let's say 20. Let's say 20.
Mhm.
What do you tell a young 20-year-old aspiring boxer right now? Like, right.
Well, see, the game's so different right now. It's just that it's like a few people can control the game right now. So if you ain't with the right promoters or the right people, that you can be locked out. Like I said, you could be a hell of a fighter, but never get your opportunity to shine. You know what I'm saying? You can have the biggest diamond, but if they never polish that diamond, you ain't gonna know it's a diamond. You ain't gonna see it shine. So that's the same thing with these fighters. You got good fighters out there that can't get that limelight, can't get the opportunity to shine against another great fighter. I think to become great, you gotta fight greatness. You know what I'm saying? So if you fight another fighter that's got that talent, that greatness, and you can beat that fighter, or even compete with that fighter, now it's bringing the greatness out of you. But if you beating people that you know you should beat, and before the fight even go on, we already know you're gonna beat them, then what's the point? It's like, they just putting you out there to get paid. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see the best fight the best, and I think that's what they've been doing lately. And there's a lot of great fighters out there, and a lot of them got a lot of talent. They just got to fight each other.
Okay, well, I guess it gets complicated now, because I think, I think the gambling's always been a part of it, and I think like all sports. I just think
You
all
sound like my homeboy. My other homeboy always talking, man, Vegas put that fix in.
Man.
Vegas
Come
put the
on,
fix. Man, no fix. We were just watching that basketball game, man. That college game, they was up by 25 or something, and then Auburn came back. Who was it? Auburn, and it was somebody. They came back, but they still lost in overtime. But he talking about, man, Vegas put that fix in, man. They told him, hey, man, you got to lose this. I said, man, don't nobody do that, man. Stop thinking like that. There's no fix in it. These fighters come out there, they fight, they giving their all, man. They trying to win. They're not going, Vegas, somebody tell them, okay, throw the fight, man. We're going to pay you this extra money. No, that don't happen.
Let's talk about your Cowboys.
Oh, my goodness. Them boys here.
Tom Brady coming back.
I'm
back.
Brady, yeah, hey.
How you feel?
I gotta give it to him, man. Brady is a bad man, man. The man, he's a bad man. He just doing. I guess he just got. He just know what to do, when to do it, and he putting the right people around, bringing the right people around with him so that he can do what he need to do. You know what I'm saying? and it's a good thing that the coaches and everybody are lining up with him so that he can do that. Because if he got the wrong coach that says, well, I don't want to bring this player over here. I don't want this player. Even though he a good fit for you, I don't want him over here for the team. Then you're not gonna get nowhere. But everybody coming together as a team, and he bringing the Bucks a lot of fans and a lot of publicity because
I heard he didn't want to come back.
He here.
I heard he didn't want to come back here.
Oh yeah, he was gonna come back somewhere.
He didn't want to come back to Tampa Bay.
Oh,
I think he was supposed to go to Miami.
Miami. Well.
But you got him. But so now your Cowboys. What talk about the Cowboys, please?
Man, I don't even want to talk about the Cowboys. I'm so upset with the Cowboys. Cowboys, man, they let me down every year, man. We think we're gonna do something, and next thing you know, we don't make the playoffs, or we get knocked out in a wild card. Just like, come on, man, y'all just.
You don't sound like a diehard fan.
I'm a diehard fan, but I'm just saying, you need to know when something wrong. Something wrong. You know what I'm saying? We always get there and fall off. So, hopefully next year it'll be better. But I'm still gonna ride my Cowboys, and it is what it is.
So what are you doing now for the days to pass you by, and what are you working on now? You got a very good podcast, by the way, too. My partner had told me, go check you out.
and I thank you for your help on that. You know what I'm saying? No, man, we just enjoying life, man. Life is short. You know what I'm saying? As we can see with this pandemic, how people could be here today and gone tomorrow. So, live it up, man. People need to, there's a lot of people out here just working just to work, working to survive.
Have you seen gas prices?
Because it's a whole lot of things in play that people just don't know what's going on. And I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna.
Illuminati.
I don't know nothing about them. They ain't called me. I ain't part of them, so I don't know. So it's just a lot of things that's going on, man. People just got whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, people struggling, man. So
yes.
I just want people to be happy, man. Live life and enjoy life, man. Because you only got one. You know what I'm saying? When it's over, it's over.
Well, yeah, but in the meantime, what you been doing?
Me, I'm just enjoying it, man. I'm like I said, we got the podcast.
Golf game looking?
Golf game coming back. You know what I'm saying? I became a scrub for a while, and I ain't like that.
Scrub? When you say scrub, what was
you shooting? I was a scrub.
You
know what I was shooting. Don't try to put me out there. You trying to put me out there?
No, sir. I'm just here to ask the questions.
Okay. Listen, I went from shooting.
Scarface want to play you so bad.
Man, I can't wait to get Face. Now my game coming back. Me and Face, after we do the podcast, we need to go play golf. There it is. I'm putting it on record. I'm calling Face out on record.
Face Mob don't want that smoke.
He don't want that smoke. Right now, I'm hitting my ball again. Come get some, Face. Come get some, baby.
Now we can do this all day. Now it gets a little slippery. You sure you want to do that? Like,
come get some. I'm ready.
There's a lot of do we call Ray Allen? I bet you don't want Ray Allen.
Oh, not yet. But listen, Ray can play. You got Curry can play. It's a lot of dudes out there can play. But give me a minute. Now my game just coming back. I'm calling all of them out.
And you play from the tips.
We play from the tips, and I'm not a long hitter, but they long. But listen, let's play. I'm ready. Me and my man Sheffield gonna play. I whooped Tarver the other day, but he had a rental set, so I gotta give it to him. I don't want to put him out there like that. My dog had a rental set, but I whooped him.
Yeah. I thought I had it coming, but I'm drinking milk now. Listen, I'm gonna have this. We're gonna have a painting made of you. We're working on that. This is brand new artist, real popular. He's popular, like cryptocurrency hot. Like his name is Kirill. So check him out. He did a painting for Steve Harvey that was phenomenal.
Yeah, I saw that.
He did a painting for Jake Paul. Jake Paul, if you can't. What do you think about Jake Paul talking about he gonna bankroll the next fight between Kanye and Pete Davidson? Did you hear that?
No, I ain't hear that. No, they ain't gonna fight, man.
Jake, that's your man. Jake Logan is off the chain, man.
Them dudes, man. Them dudes crazy. They just enjoying themselves, man. getting paid to do it.
What do you think now? How do you feel about this now? This celebrity boxing fad or phase that we're going through.
It's
now?
It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like
Wow,
everybody want to see.
that sound real
No.
bad.
What I'm saying is everybody want to see somebody fight for some reason. I don't know why, but you know, some some guys get in there. And they, like I said, they think that they can do it. And it's not. This is not. Okay, you don't play boxing. You play basketball. You play football. You play baseball. You don't play boxing. You see what I'm saying? You do not play boxing. People can get hurt, and what it is that you
KTFO.
yeah, you gonna get knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. And I know we all got that tough man mentality where around our friends in the neighborhood or people we're around, we tough, but if you ain't training to do boxing, you gonna get hurt, and it's crazy.
Well, kids don't play outside anymore. I don't even know what you mean. F you mean?
My kids play
You talking
outside.
about
My
what?
kids play outside. Yeah, they go outside.
Man, I haven't seen a kid outside playing in years.
Yeah, they outside now, dog.
Are they?
Yep.
Well, I have to look around and see. But so now your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to your kids.
Yeah, shout out to all my kids, man. I don't want to make it sound like I got a lot. I got 4: Raven, Ro, Kyrie, and Ryan. I got 2 grandbabies, Lil Ro and Eliana. You know what I'm saying? So
Is it hard dealing with that? You're a granddaughter.
yeah, it's so good, man.
Your granddaddy.
It's so good, man. My little grandson, he get with me, he don't want to leave, dog. I got to put him to sleep, or I got to lie to him that I got to go somewhere, man. He don't want to go home. He want to hang with Papa. He call his Papa. That's it, man. And it's amazing, you know what I'm saying? To see that, like I said, I grew up around my grandparents, so my grandmother raised me, so I understand how he feel because I felt that way about my grandmother. So
Would you let your grandson box?
no, and that's the one. He that's all he do, run around punching. I got boxing gloves at home. I got headgears, and he want to fight all the time. I'm like, dude, let's try something else. I took him to the golf course the other day. He swung a couple of times, but he still want to go back and hit the bag or hit me. I'm like, man, look, man, let's do something else. Boxing just, you got to have that in you. I would never stop my kids from boxing, but that got to be something that's in you that you want to do. Like I said, you don't play boxing. Boxing is not a game.
How do you know? But what I feel, a lot of people start off a sentence saying, I feel like I could be a good boxer.
Until you get hit. What Tyson say? What Tyson say? Everybody got a game plan until they get hit in the nose, right? So there you go.
In the mouth.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's how you'll know. When you take it, if your kid really want to do boxing, you start them out with let them go in there exercise and do the training, all that. But once you see him get hit in the mouth or get hit, and he come back and say, I can't wait to come back tomorrow to do it again. Okay, there you go.
The kids in Texas and Puerto Rico, they still street brawl out there.
But that's street fighting. That ain't boxing. Boxing is different from fighting, from street fighting. Like as you can see that UFC, them boys fighting, and that's fighting.
Really?
Them dudes crazy. I take my hat off to them dudes. Them dudes slap crazy, them some bad boys, you know
But
what
you
I'm
could be the MMA fighter. Though.
No. I ain't trying to do none of that. I'm look at. I don't even want to tell y'all what I'm gonna do. So
right.
Yeah,
There's no
I get
option.
20. I get 20 for that. hit me, and you gonna be in trouble. Put it that way. So you know what I'm saying. Nah, that UFC, man. Them dudes tough. Them dudes train hard. That's some hell of a fighting. You know what I'm saying. It's different from boxing because you can hold, you can wrestle, you can do all that. Boxing is a skill where you got to just use your hands. So that's hard just to use your hands. You can't kick nobody, you can't grab them to the ground when you're tired. But that UFC is you got to watch out. Nigga to hit you, they could turn this way and backhand you and spin around. Man, that's some dangerous stuff.
I think that, maybe it'd be cool. This is the part where we segue where if you would like a free boxing glove signed by Winky Wright, send us a video. Send us your best 30. Like shoot us. Just DM us. Hit us in the DM, as the kids say. And if you can show us any kind of knockout, boxing or MMA, like, because there's some great ones out there.
Yeah.
There's one where the guy did the double reverse and slap in the jaw, dog. And when I tell you he was out sleep, like,
yeah. See what I'm saying? So that's some tough stuff, and you know, it's a place for all of it. You know, people used to try to, you know, put boxing against UFC. Wow, you don't need to put us against the UFC. UFC is a space for them, is a space for us, and it's all entertainment. You know, people want to see that. People want to see boxing, so we all can grow together. And I enjoy watching it. I think it's a great sport. It's tough, difficult. I wouldn't want my kids.
But what
to do
about
it,
the promoters now? We're back. Let's talk like now the promoting the box promoting game has changed.
Oh, it definitely changed now. You know, back in the days you had different promoters where, you know what I'm saying, fighters got, well, if this promoter didn't want to do it for you, can go over here. If he didn't want to do it, you can go over here.
That's
but now it's pretty much one or two promoters. Yeah. It's like two shows out there. You gonna watch either one of them or you out the game. The Al Heyman show or the Top Rank show. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
You ain't nobody really with Don King no more. You got little small promoters, but they don't have the network. They don't have the ability to promote their
What about
fighters
Floyd?
on the widescreen. There you go. I'm sorry. Let's put that out there. But when I say Al Heyman, that's
Right.
definitely, you know, Mayweather
That's a
Promotions.
collaboration.
Oh yeah, they collaborate. So when I say that, you know, Mayweather Promotions and Al Heyman, all of them pretty much together. You know, so you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And Floyd doing this thing. Like I said, I'm happy for him. I'm happy he doing boxing. I'm happy he got all the accolades that he achieved. And, you know, great kid, man. He get a bad rap with certain things and certain people, but you know, if you know the way he act, you know, you got people coming at you all the time trying to get something. You know what I'm saying?
So this is what we're gonna do next, and this ought to be a ball, and I know it is, and I'm letting you guys know early. We got to get Tony in here.
Oh yeah, people don't know my man Tony. Tony
Talk about
so
Tony. Who Tony is.
Tony is Jay Prince right hand man, and Tony Leonard. You know, he got his own box promotion, so he the one pretty much I think got Jay in the boxing. So
Jay Prince.
Yeah, Jay Prince.
Rap a lot.
So Jay manages a lot of fighters, and Tony promotes some fighters. So Tony, you know, he doing it at a smaller level, but he getting up to the higher level with it. But the dude is a funny dude. When I tell y'all, he know the ins and outs of boxing, music, sports, all of it. And, you know, he a funny guy. You know, I want to do an interview with him just to bring the humor
together.
Oh yeah.
I promise you.
That's my dog. You know
But
what I'm
he'll
saying?
talk about the technical stuff and then relate it to you, and that'll be cool because I can't analyze you like a trainer can.
Yeah.
So, but he's hilarious.
Yeah,
though.
he's a funny dude. Everybody that know Tony Leonard say this dude is one of the funniest dude that ain't making no money being a comedian. You know what I'm saying?
And folks, I promise you, I guarantee you it's gonna be a treat. So you don't want to miss that. That's coming up soon.
Yeah, and we gotta get Jay. We gonna get Jay on here
Prince?
too. Yeah, gotta get my dog. You know,
Power of
that's
respect.
A real goat, man. Jay doing this thing.
Really?
Man, Jay a good
Jay
dude.
hit some licks in boxing.
Jay hit licks at everything he do.
That's
You know,
true.
I don't know if y'all know. Y'all see how Jay live. Jay hit licks everywhere. So, you know, give shout out
That's
to
a
my
goat.
man Jay Prince.
He's a
Yeah,
goat for real. We
represent.
definitely got to have him on here.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect. You know, because we want to make sure that we besides other celebrities, we want to talk about boxing. But so much has changed now. Like, you know, and again, the celebrity boxing is people. I think that's gonna go. Do you think that's gonna last?
Well, it just depends who fighting. You know, who doing it. If you got somebody,
But they gotta know that it.
Yeah, but if listen, them boys, what you know the boy
Logan,
the Paul brothers,
The Paul brothers.
them boys, listen, them boys train to box, so that's why they looking a lot better than other celebrities that don't train. See, a lot of these other celebrities, they just go to the gym. You know, when they find out they gonna get a fight, for a weekend, then you gonna come out. These dudes training every day, so they learn how to box for real. So that's why they been able to grow so fast in boxing. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you put them up against a real fighter now, there's gonna be something different. It ain't gonna be as easy. Not saying that they can't win. I'm just saying it won't be as easy.
Is there as much? There's not that much strategy in boxing now today, is it?
What you mean?
I mean, you're supposed to have there's a lot of strategy and nuances to boxing, right? It's an art form.
Yeah,
right?
it's always strategy. What
Are
you mean?
these kids, are they using it, utilizing it?
Yeah.
I watched, there's a video between Shakur and Andre Reed. I guess there's certain movements that are setups to set you up. Is that correct?
It's always, everything you do is try to set somebody up for that perfect punch, and you just got to figure it out. And sometimes you ain't gonna get that perfect punch, but now you gotta be able to switch it up and do something different to win. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is something that can change at any time. You know somebody's style, but if that person realizes, okay, I can't get my jab off, I got to start doing something else to make him not throw his jab, and then he start doing that, you got to be able to switch your game up to stop him from what he's trying to do. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't going to never be the same. You know what I'm saying? You're going to always have to evolve. And boxing is a great sport. Like I said, you got fights like Shakur Stevens. Shorty a talent. You see, when he fight, you know, you can't even hit him. He barely get touched.
Young Floyd.
The kid, you know, it's not.
Is it a young Floyd Mayweather?
It's not good to say that. You know what I'm saying? Because he is.
Explain why.
Because he is Shakur. He the first Shakur. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Not taking nothing away from Floyd. Like Floyd say, he don't want to be the next Sugar Ray Leonard. He want to be the first Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
And that's what he did. He became Floyd. So now you got other kids that trying to imitate him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be nobody. I want to be Winky Wright. I got kids imitating my style. So it is what it is. But like I said, taking nothing away from Floyd, great fighter. One of the best ever to do it. But Shakur is a different talent, and he got a different style, different type of fighter, man. Shorty, bad boy.
Yeah, that's real. Hey, well, look, we got more guests coming up on the way, and we most certainly appreciate you all. Again, this is probably one of the best interviews I've ever done in my life, dog. I'm serious. I don't, because now I get to, you know, it doesn't have to be all professional, but I wanted to make sure that people understood the talents and just the memories and just your philosophies and how you are about boxing, because, you know, we don't get these opportunities like we used to. Yeah, we don't. It's just a different game. But like I say, boxing is a great sport. You got, you know, fighters that gonna be remembered a lifetime, and you know, I'm just glad I was able to make it to the Hall of Fame, and my name would be etched in that shrine. So, you know, they can say what they want, but they can say Hall of Famer. Ooh, say it again. First ballot, baby. 2018. Yes, indeed. Okay, well, again, that's it from the champ. I hate to wrap it up, but we got to kill it. Yeah, it's Go Talk. KTFO, you just got
knocked the fuck out.
And it's Go Talk. You just heard from the GOAT.
We out.